How do, beautiful people?
If you're a vegan and have done your homework properly since yesterday, you've seen the Tim Shieff video. And as usual, in my role as the views-hungry, business-savvy YouTube vegan, I too have to hop on the bandwagon. My goal for this video is to break the 50 views benchmark on this channel, so we're aiming for 51. For those that haven't seen me already on Vegan Gang's channel, I'm the manager of 5 fitness centers here in Switzerland, plus I'm a certified vegan online trainer. Today I want to explain you the points that Timothy is making in his video and give you my 2 cents about it.
But as your health declines, you become obsessed with healing. And this is a very, in a way, is a healthy reaction that we all have to, you know, our bodies, our minds failing us, is to focus on that and to...
I like the point that Tim is making here. Health is a good that you'll only feel when it's getting taken away from you. This goes back to Maslow's pyramid of needs. If our primary needs are not met, there's no chance of us doing higher work. If you're sick, the only thing that we can do is lying in bed. There's no chance of us going outside and jumping off buildings. In a good way. In a parkour way, like Tim Shieff did it. I agree with Tim here, health and fitness is the fundament for everything that we do.
Which my illness or lack of health feels like a very personal relationship between me and my body and God.
So you explained to him that there's a different way to heal. Which is certainly true. I don't mean to be rude here, but has the alternative healing that you've done over the last couple of years have been effective? There's a quote saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I don't recall you ever visiting a doctor or trying the westernized approach.
I couldn't do push-ups without getting injured. I was going to yoga and getting injured doing yoga, and it was all like...
Tim is explaining that he would get injured by doing push-ups and that his muscles are very fragile. But I'm not a doctor here, but if we feel pain, the first thing that we need to do is quantify it on a scale from 1 to 10. So if you're trying a new method, at least take 3 months and every single day you write down on a scale from 1 to 10 if it's becoming better or not. The phrases that you say here, Tim, sounds like wild guesses that are heavily influenced by human bias. If you quantify your pain and use the method that I was suggesting, you can actually see which method is working.
I tried it all. I drank my own urine for 2 years, almost every single day for 2 years.
This is just a Tim thing to do. Tim, what are you doing? Again, excuse my French, but you drank your own urine for 2 years, which there's literally no scientific fundament for doing that. There's also no first principle explaining why you should ever drink your urine. And somehow you think that it's a good idea to drink your urine for 2 years. Why would you do that? Urine is a waste product that your body is trying to get rid of.
But overall, there was still a general slow decline over time.
Tim, you stated that you have a general and slow decline over time. But have you ever considered the fact that you as a human are aging and you're doing extreme sports like parkour, free running? Naturally at age 30 you won't feel the same way as you did at your late teens. It sounds to me that you're searching problems that do not exist.
This is just a fantasy desire that made sense to me logically but not actually biologically.
I think here's the whole fault of this topic. You just told us that things make sense logically but not biologically. But isn't this nonsense? Let me explain this whole thing with an analogy of the iPhone. The first people that bought the product are always called early adopters. But buying a new product doesn't make sense because new products usually have quite some mistakes. These early adopters simply want to try new stuff simply because it's new. They get overexcited and give in to their feelings. I think Tim is a prime example of an early adopter. See Tim, none of the weird stuff that you've tried so far has given you results because they didn't make sense logically. They made sense in the faulty judgment of your or our brain. We are all prone to cognitive biases. That's why we use studies and first principles for. The things that you try stem from an anecdotal evidences from people that you've probably met on your journey. Some guy came up to you and told you, hey Tim, want to try this glass of urine? You're like, hell yeah, it sounds like a good thing to do. Why does this work? Yeah, because of this faulty judgment of my brain. And Tim is like, okay, cool thing. Let's just drink urine all day long.
And I tried animal products, some salmon and eggs, local eggs and wild caught salmon, and felt some improvement in my health. But of course, as a 6-year vegan and advocate for that lifestyle and movement, there was a massive confusion in my head, a huge identity crisis.
The whole thing is a very serious topic, and I don't want to talk down on anyone here. And Tim definitely got a point with his identity crisis. I think when you do something for long enough, especially if it's something as close as nutrition, you identify with that whole part. You identify as a vegan, you identify as a raw vegan, or maybe it's different. You identify as a Harley Davidson driver, you identify as a BMW owner. So we all identify with the things that we do and the things that we own. So I can completely understand the topic here, and doing a video like this takes a lot of bravery.
The first night after I had that salmon, I had a wet dream. I hadn't ejaculated in months.
Sometimes it just sounds like Tim is completely losing his mind here. It's cool that you share with us that you had an ejaculation once again. And it actually can make sense biologically. Reason being is that when you're in survival mode, your body, the first thing your body reduces is your ability to produce offspring. That's why the first thing that usually happens when you start clogging your arteries by following a bad diet, for example, is you got problem with erections, because that's the first thing that your body is shutting down on. Because your body is primed by evolution, not by God, by evolution, to minimize the creation of offspring, because if you cannot take care of yourself, you cannot take care of a child. But I just appreciate the honesty and the shamelessness of Tim with this video, and I truly think this is no irony here, that he's very brave. Yeah, I just can't help but respect that.
Is evidence to me, and it's not evidence to anyone else. This is just I can only live life through my basis of my own experiences and what is evidence to me.
No, this is not exactly true. This is the main thing that we value studies and people read so much books. Because humans have the capability to learn from mistakes that other humans made. That's one of the biggest advantages, our communications and our ability to mass cooperate. So you can live life through other people's experiences by reading studies or reading books or watching a cool YouTube video. So just make sure you smash that like button. Boop.
To step down from my role in ethics, to step down from receiving any future pay or salary from ethics, and going to leave it in the hands of Bob, Benj and Ellis. For those people that have supported and want to continue to support, you know that all your money is going towards vegan company and supporting vegan people's lifestyles. I really don't want anything of my decision to come back on them.
Now, all in all, this is a very mature statement. Tim decided to step down from the ethics company, which is a company that designs vegan clothes. If I can conclude this video right here, I think that the main issue in Tim is not physiological, I think it's psychological. I think Tim is searching for problems that are not existing. Again, this is not a medical statement, but as far as I can tell, Tim is not searching for attention, but Tim is basically searching for new ways to put his attention on, because he can't stick to one thing. That's why I personally think that 3 months from now we will see a video again of Tim either going carnivore or Tim starting a vegan diet again. Because Tim is the classic version of the early adopter, the one that wants to try new things and experiment. It's the same thing with vegetable police. It's not because vegan nutrition is bad, it's because the personality of Tim is suited for that way to not stick to one thing. That's why he drank his urine. All in all, I must say though that Tim seems very genuine in this video, and this is a really mature way of bringing your point across. I just wish that Tim would value science a little bit more and not rely on the help of magical beings. I'm getting on thin ice here. Thanks for watching, thanks for playing your part to hitting 51 views. If you like this video and want to know more about fitness, nutrition, mindset and health, and how these things can help you get the most out of your life, subscribe to this channel.